Hi, my name's Mahfouz Alam. I am a second year student at the University of Calgary um, for computer science. So I just wanted to make this video for maybe future people who want to come here and kind of help them out and stuff like that and making their decision. So I don't really know if this video is gonna be helpful for you, but I'm gonna try my best. So University of Calgary is a university located in Canada, in Alberta, in Calgary. Um, why I went here, why I chose to go here is I lived in the city, so it's convenient. My family's close by. I got a lot of support, and a lot of my friends went here. So it was really a combination of factors that brought me here. For you, it might be different. You might have to look at what makes this university right for you. Right. Okay. Now getting into University of Calgary. So to get into University of Calgary, for computer science specifically, you're gonna need a ton of option courses. If you go to Calgary, um, if you're an international applicant, it will definitely be different, and you need to look at the requirements for that. But for a Canadian applicant, it should be pretty simple. You're gonna finish a series of courses through a high school. They don't really look at grade 10. They only look at grade 11 and 12 for the most part. And if you offer regular admission, they only look at grade 12. For early acceptance, they'll look at grade 11. So getting into University of Calgary. So you just fill out, go to the website, you apply now, you submit your transcripts. You don't really need to submit. If you live in Alberta, you actually don't need to do anything. So you just pay the deposit through the website, and they should be mailing, Education Alberta should be mailing the transcript to the University of Calgary. At least that's how my experience went. So you do the application, you submit your transcripts around October, right? So that's around when the application opens. I believe it's around October 12th, October 21st, somewhere around there. You'd have to check and look at details online and check the website. The current time will be posted somewhere, maybe on the screen, if I edit this video properly. So that's kind of how the application process goes. Then around February, they might start accepting early admission people. So if you have 90 and above, for computer science currently, I'd say 90 and above would be early acceptance. You'd have to check the admission averages. They change every year. I'll try to post last year's one that I can get to here for computer science, and I'll circle where computer science is. But basically what that average is the competitive average for that they accepted students at, right? I believe by March. So if you have below that average, you can still get in, and if you have higher than average, you should have gotten in. So that's kind of gives you an idea of the average, should give you an idea of your chances of getting into University of Calgary. University of Calgary tries to keep their averages pretty normal, at a normal level. This is not like a top tier university. It's pretty good, to be honest. For the country it's in, it's pretty decent. I believe it's number 6 or 7, depending on where you look, 8, something like that. But yeah, it should be pretty simple to get in, right? The application process, there's no essays, nothing like that. This is not it's just an educational institution. It should be like a commuter school for the most part. There's not people coming in. I mean, there's a lot of people coming in from around the world, but it should be pretty simple, right? And then, so you should, if you get early acceptance, it should be around it should be around February. Regular acceptance should be around March. To get an idea of admission averages, you can hit up Reddit, I guess, to know. But from my understanding, 90 above should be good, 85 and above pretty good, and then 80 and above. I think 82 might be pushing it a little bit, but you should be able to get in near the end, which is around summertime. But after March, the acceptance ranges kind of push out a little bit. You just really depends on your grades and how many people are accepting. So basically what happens is a lot of people will apply to a series of different universities, especially people who live in Calgary. Everyone who lives in Calgary will apply to University of Calgary, but in many cases they might go to UBC, U of T, U of A in some cases, rarely though, but in some cases. And then universities outside of Canada, which rarely happens unless I don't know anybody personally that went to university from my class outside of Canada. Actually, I do know one, but anyway, they were pretty smart. But anyway, Yeah, so that's why like a lot of people when they leave, they'll accept new students. So you still have a chance even your average is lower. So don't stress too much. As long as it's above an 85, you should be good. And if it's not above an 85 in computer science, you might struggle, to be honest, if you're struggling with high school, because this stuff is hard. It doesn't get any easier than high school. Actually, I swear it gets harder because it's horrible. Anyway, so that covers the application acceptance. And then after you get accepted, you have to pay a $500 deposit. The process is pretty simple. Just get a Canadian bank account, and then you just kind of just transfer the money over, and that's it. Pretty simple. If you live in Canada, international student is different. I don't know, but as long as you live in Canada, and especially you live in Alberta, applying to University of Calgary should be a cakewalk. So kind of the prep for computer science in terms of like starting it. You should be taking some math courses in high school. If you can, take some CTS courses in computer science, stuff like that, which will help you a lot in the long run, I think. But yeah, a big thing I really wanna push this right now is this the right option for you? Like, I think a lot of people go into computer science thinking, hey, my parents want this, but I don't think it's right for everybody. Like, I've met enough people in computer science like who, to be honest, don't join it for the right reasons. Like, I really want to push this. If you're not into computer science, I really don't think you should join. For me, honestly, should I have joined? Maybe not. I think I had different dreams, but things worked out in certain ways that I came here. But I really want to push this. Like, my opportunity's done. Opportunities are certain present to me at some time, but those opportunities no longer exist. But if you have certain opportunities in your life, I would try, maybe if it doesn't involve university, that's okay. But if it does, that's also okay, right? Like, you're not becoming a doctor by just showing up and saving lives, right? But every job in the world does not involve a university degree. Just want to push that a lot. I truly believe in there's different ways of learning. Some people learn by doing, and to be honest, for computer science, especially like with the current markets, self-learning is not impossible. But yeah, that's just my philosophy. But anyway, check if it's the right option for you before you apply. Check if University of Calgary is the right option for you. People, University of Calgary definitely has this connotation. You'd have to look at it. Maybe, you know what I'd recommend, actually, if you're in high school, maybe just one day of school, come to University of Calgary, figure out where the classes are, comp sci classes, and just show up, right? Especially on the first day, it should be really, really easy to find out where they are. Just on Reddit, ask, hey, there's like, can someone give me a room number for a computer science class that is in first year, right? Somebody might put it in, I don't know. Reddit is a great, amazing resource for like people who are coming in. Usually there's people who can ask questions and stuff like that. To be honest, advisors in many cases are not very helpful in terms of helping you like like get acclimated and learn about university, in many cases because they're working with so many students, in many cases because they can't answer certain questions, right? Like certain questions they can't answer, right? So you just have to take that time and really do your research on your own. Reddit forums, talk to people you know, talk to your friend's brother, talk to your friend's sister, I don't know, talk to whoever you can, because this is a pretty big option. It's 4 years of your life, and it's around $40,000 if you don't live in residence. And even outside the $40,000, it's 4 years of your life, which is there's a huge opportunity cost. 4 years of some of the best and most critical times of your life. There's a huge opportunity cost coming into university. But yeah, I'd recommend you look into that. So let's move on to first year. So starting first year, I can only give advice until second year. So starting first year, you work on a series computer science. You kind of start with Python, Java, stuff like that. So if you learn that beforehand, it'll help you a lot. To be honest, the project development in computer science at UFC is not amazing. I personally didn't do this, but I'd recommend you join clubs and stuff like that. There's a wide range of opportunities to get involved, but I mostly come here just to study and then go home. But yeah, but I don't do it, but I recommend you do, right? There's thesis, Calgary hacks. Oh, actually, that's part of the same thing. CSIS. There's AIs clubs. There's cybersecurity clubs. Just off the top of my head, there's also like School like Ignite, which helps kids learn programming. All these will be amazing on your resume and will help you in the long run. All right, and then in second year, you kind of go up into higher level programming, like assembly language, which is a language they used to program like appliances back in the day. Obviously, it's not used very commonly, but it's something they teach, so you just have to learn it. But it is what it is. But it's pretty fun if you're into that kind of stuff. But for me, it was okay. Now let's talk about, so after 4 years, you graduate, and let's talk about the job market in computer science in Calgary. It's not amazing, but it's not bad either. I'd say I put it at the equal level as business, maybe. A business graduates job opportunities and the computer science job opportunities wouldn't really change that much. If I were you, I guess, like, yeah, um, job market's okay, but I think there's a huge difference between the business job market and the computer science job market. You know, in business, they really like respect people who are able to present themselves, respect people, they like value that, communication, things like that, like really soft skills, right? But in computer science, especially in the interview stages, that completely changes because they value skills. Like there's a very strategic way to gain if you have the skills or knowledge to actually do the job or not, right? Through programming, assessment, stuff like that. So I highly recommend, like it's very knowledge based. So there's not a lot of ways to get a computer science job without having the knowledge because there's so many ways to test that knowledge, right? So it's really rare that people will be able to find a job without the knowledge base required. But in some cases, I don't know. I haven't been in the job market, so this is just what I hear. This is all hearsay. Don't take my word for it. But yeah, that pretty much describes it. It's pretty simple. Application process, whole thing should be pretty simple. But yeah, hopefully this video helped. If you guys have any questions, I guess you guys can ask it below if that helps. But yeah, that's it.